This is the most edgy anime you'll ever see, dude. An anime that is fully capable of mixing every single cliche, cringy trope into one and doing it so well to the point that it's not even cringy anymore. It's just fun, enjoyable, and very fucking sugoi, man. I am a fan of edgy shit, really. Whether it's a show or a certain character who's just the peak representation of an 8th grade syndrome. You know, the mysterious, shadowy vibe, looking like character who always drops the best quotes ever. Something unique, something quirky, something edgy, something like,
There's nowhere left for you to run!
Run away? Who's running? Running where?
Why would I run?
I just fucking love it, man. It's too good. It's just the perfect depiction of how a 13-year-old brain works. The perfect fantasy for a teenage me. Not something that is complex or have a deep meaning or plot. Just something that sounds so cool it makes me jump out of my chair and scream like a 10-year-old. And there's an anime that just does it perfectly. Oh, also, before I continue, I did mention that it's the peak representation of an 8th grade syndrome. Let me give you an example, a personal one as well. Long ago when I was at school, it was around the time that everyone is leaving. I remember standing in the schoolyard. It was just me alone. It was a very windy day at that time. Lego Ninjago was really popping off. Every student was talking about it. Being so influenced by the whole elemental master and spinjitzu shit, I used to do the goofy spinjitzu moves. And surprisingly, whenever I did it, the wind blew extremely. So I came to the conclusion that I controlled the fucking wind. Yeah, you heard me right. That's pretty much 8th grade syndrome. Yeah, not very proud of that one. Anyway, back to it. The Imminence in Shadow. No. Sid Kageno. No, that's not it either. The king of NPCs. Yeah, that's more like it. I want to explain this show to you, but I just can't. If you're here for a deep meaning, well-written characters type of show, you are in the wrong video. I can tell you that for sure. This show has no fucking plot. It's just really dumb, fun. No need to deep think about it. So, Sid is a normal guy. Well, not really. He does think he's Batman to a certain degree, trying to stop crime to the best of his ability. But let's skip through all of that. He gets hit by a truck. Oh, how cliche. Then gets transported into another world. Yes, a magical world where he can finally roleplay his fantasy pleasure dream here. He saves a blob that turns out to be a very hot elf. With her, he decides to make the ultimate organization to defeat evil, purge them for good. But he must be secretive towards such a purpose. He creates Shadow Garden. But here's the thing, that evil, the Diabolus cult, he made it all up. And guess what is even crazier? It's actually true. The things he made up turned out to actually exist. The Diablo cult, the great evil, blah blah blah, all of it is true. At one point, he's Sid Kageno, a background character, an NPC that avoids any attention that may bring light to him. And then on the other side, he's Shadow, Vengeance, the Dark Knight, John Smith, the protector of Gotham. Whatever sounds edgy enough to fit this edgelord, he's it. Before being Isekai, Sid had one goal, to be powerful. No. He was already powerful. Ton of skills that he has honed to the max. Amazing foresight as well. But everything had its limits. After all, he was just a human. What would he do against gun machines or tanks? Sid wants to be powerful. Powerful enough to be able to withstand a fucking nuclear bomb. Powerful enough to be the nuclear bomb. Let me just sell you on this show, alright? It has an overpowered Chuny MC, a harem of OP beautiful girls, fan service, great stunning visuals, and amazing fighting scenes. It doesn't just play a role of being a trash power fantasy isekai. It is the trash power fantasy isekai. It does that crappy trope so well that it's no longer crappy or cringe. It's just cool and edgy to the point where it became the king of Brainrot Isekai. The edginess in this show just doesn't stop. Like in some of these scenes, Sid is just a maniac dedicated to the act. For example, playing a piano at the middle of the night while the moonlight is shining on you, or making an entrance while everything around you is enshrouded in flames and your classmates are dying. Save them? No. I need to look mysterious, dark enough, cool even, before I do any of that. Have any shame? No. He just walks straight into a woman's spring bath, flexes his elephant, then leaves like nothing happened. Or playing the piano to nobles while he's in his underwear in the middle of a wedding. That's it. A very cool, edgy, cringy character. Don't believe me? Here's some proof.
I am atomic.
Like any other edgy character, Sid also has his own edgy quotes, even though he stole some of them from other characters, literally. Like, he heard this one girl say a quote, and he kept spamming it every 2 minutes for the whole second season. It went like,
暴走が始まる。
暴走
月が赤い。もう時間がない。
あなたは
シャドウ。死にたくなければ逃げろ。暴走が始まる。月が赤い。もう時間がない。
Shadow Garden. What is Shadow Garden? An organization of just cute, overpowered girls who are down to do his every wish and desire like it's the Bible. Not to mention the fact that it's only women. There is no man. Based. But if you want to know what they call themselves, they refer to themselves as
我らはシャドウガーデン。
影に潜み影を狩る者
wouldn't be edgy enough without an introduction like that, am I right? Also, we can't be ignoring the 7 shadows. They are the main executives in Shadow Garden who directly respond to Shadow, his eyes and ears, and the 7 baddest chicks in the entire show. Yeah, not really, but they're still bombshells. They are Shadow's childhood friends and disciples, picked personally by him. And they of course have code names. I mean, it just wouldn't be edgy if they didn't. Alpha, Beta, Epsilon, Delta, Gamma, Eta, Zeta. This is a very functioning world with its own politics and governments and dark forces hidden in the shadows. Basically very realistic in some way. Then you have with it a kid who's basically saying fuck you to all that and being the most obnoxious edgelord ever, appearing in every major event in the story, resulting in kingdoms, nations, pretty much labeling him and his organization as terrorists that need to be taken down. You may wonder what made me make this video, even though this show has been out for like 2 years. It's just that I don't believe this show has gained the recognition it deserves. Perhaps it's not the most well-written or plot-focused show, but it's one of the most enjoyable anime I've ever seen. I don't need to overthink or look for clues or see some foreshadow hidden and try to understand it. All I need for this show is to just close my brain off and just enjoy peak brain rot. Not like trash brain rot, but the peak of brain rot itself. This show is basically everything I wanted in an anime when I was 13. Boobs, power, mystery, a complete trio of absolute bullshitness and edginess that perfectly aligns in a way that is not cringy or unbearing to watch, just perfect. Shadow is the representation of justice, vengeance, an anti-hero, not someone who is easily bought off by money. He is very dedicated to his ideals and goals. Nothing will stop him from reaching his deepest desires. Nothing will stop him from becoming the eminence in Shadow.